everyone. I'm John
I'm Joni.
for the Human Potential. I want to talk today about going into, we talked a little bit about before how to really survive the chaos um, and the uncomfortableness of uncomfortableness. Sometimes um, change creates uncomfortableness within your life, but that uncomfortableness is exactly what is needed for the moment. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
So, like, have you ever left a job?
Yes.
How did you feel?
Uncomfortable. I'm nervous, maybe, not sure about what's going to happen next, that kind of thing.
And did it ultimately work out?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But going through it was difficult,
A little bit. Yeah.
challenging.
Right. Right.
Have you ever left a job unexpectedly?
I don't think so.
And that brings up another topic about chaos. Anger. People sometimes misunderstand anger. Anger itself can be a great tool. It can be a useful tool to get you moving forward and get you out of your own way. Would you not agree?
Yes. I would agree with that.
Relationship, a job, an unkindly situation that you've been avoiding forever with friends or
Right.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah, there's a lot of situations that bring it up. Could bring up the.
And I can tell you from personal experience, um, I'm one of those people that give people massive breaks and massive opportunities. In your opinion, too many?
Sometimes it's too many. Yes. Because as an observer, it feels like you're being taken advantage of. I know you don't view it that way, but.
No, totally. I see it. I 100% see it. I just allow it. Why do I continue to allow it? That's probably some issues I need to work on.
Right.
But what generally happens then?
Well, sometimes if it continues long enough, you will get angry and lose your temper, blow up. Something occurs that it turns into a big issue, and then it's at the end of the relationship or the friendship or whatever.
Right. It doesn't need to get that way, but for whatever reason, I need to believe in loving myself more, I guess, in that way, to not allow these individuals to take advantage of me.
Right. Along the way, you need to do something.
And speak up.
Yeah.
But sometimes, a lot of times I don't. And then what happens is, that's it. They do something and I'm done. And I blow up or, and then I'm mad at myself for being angry. It's okay. Don't be mad at yourself. It's exactly what needed to happen to get you out of the situation. It's okay. It didn't need to get there, but maybe it did need to get there. But for whatever reason, it got there.
Right.
And anger can be a great tool to get you moving out of your own way and get you moving in a direction that's for your best and highest good. I can tell you endless times. So I used to work at a company, and this individual was my manager, and basically I kind of became her counsel.
Yes.
And it was all about changing the culture of the company. And it's like, okay, so they were the political person. They were sort of I was going to be I'm not the face. I'm more the behind the scenes giving you my intuition and my advice, which generally is correct.
Yeah, your guidance is usually spot on.
Spot on. And this person got to a position where they could start affecting culture through my guidance. And they think, of course, most of the time they think they do it all on their own, and they forget who actually got them there, and they forget,
of course,
who's working behind the scenes that are allowing them to get to a position, right?
Right.
And then they forget the people that actually got them there. And this happens time and time and time and time again. It happened in another situation where a person wasn't even a manager, it was actually my trainer, who then actually became a manager and they think they somehow got there on their own.
Right.
They didn't realize the powers that be that were working behind the scenes to help them get to this position, therefore then to help me get to where I needed to go as well and move this culture into a different reality. And then subsequently what happened? I never got angry. I just moved on. And their career sort of faltered and then everything fell back. The culture never did shift. It never did change. It's
Right.
the same thing. 10 years later, it's the same culture. How do I know that? Because I had a friend who just retired from this company, and I went back there because my friend who invited me for his retirement party, and I met these people, and guess what? Same old, same old.
It's the same. So many years
Same cycle just keeps repeating itself. And they had an
Right.
opportunity to grow, to expand, to change the culture, but they forgot me. They kind of left me hanging. And I, at the time, I was working on the phones and I wanted off the phones, but I was very good on the phones. I was one of the top producers for sales. But I was somebody who wasn't going to be able to probably move up unless I had somebody to help me move up the chain, because I'm pretty vocal when it comes to people asking me what they think. I'll give you a great example is they were doing this employee appreciation. And of course, what comes up is, oh, they pizza parties and I'm going, and then they ask me and this is VPs are in the room and everything else, and they want to get my opinion. And of
Right.
course, you have those people who suck ass who just want to kiss butt and, oh, I love the pizza. And I go, okay, that's total crap. No one gives a crap about pizza. They'll eat the pizza. They'll take the pizza party, but that ain't what doing it.
No.
What I go, you got one problem here. And they're like, what's that? I go, they don't like you. They don't trust you. And if they don't trust you, they're not going to buy into what you're trying to feed them. So you can feed them pizza all blue in the face. What they fail to understand, and this is the problem with corporations, is they don't understand that pizza ain't the issue. It's buy-in. When people have a buy-in, they feel validated. They're going to move. They're going to do whatever they want. You want them to do willingly.
Yeah, they want to feel on some level appreciated and that they're doing a good job. And if they're never given that or told that or shown that in some meaningful way, not a pizza party necessarily, but in some other way, they're not going to do it. You're never going to have the buy-in of,
No.
And
they're never going to follow.
And they'll hate their job forever and eventually either leave or...
The very thing that they wanted us to do for our members is to listen, right?
Right.
And to understand.
Very, very important.
Yet they didn't listen to the employees. The very thing, they got it completely wrong. And I would tell them, you got everything completely wrong and backwards. Well, that's what we're trying to change the culture. And this person was on board with trying to change the culture. They got to a position where they were moving up. And I said, no, you're going to be the face. I'll be the guy giving you the advice behind the scenes. Just get me off the phones because I don't want to be on the phones forever, and help me move along as well.
Right.
And no, they moved up and left me kind of behind and forgot what got them there. And that happens so many times that in my life, right?
Yes, I've seen it.
So many times in the yoga studio, right? Countless times. People thought they knew better. People, right? And then they like years later when I sold the studio, they go, God, you were the best yoga studio I've ever been to. Your classes were amazing. I still get people saying that. But, bucking the system, right?
Right.
Changing reality, you're going to face a lot of flack, But and so I have a tendency to hang around longer than I should, and then finally I just go, I'm done. Bye. I'm just going to turn the light off and just move on. And now you're left to your own devices.
Right.
Right. That's why I always say when people come to me come to us, I want to say for a reading, or counseling. It's not me giving the reading, it's you giving the reading. I'm just the radio receiver. But the reality is we're not going to sugarcoat it. Okay, if you want to get to the promised land, we'll get you to the promised land. We might challenge your belief system. We might challenge what you know to be real and true and take you in areas that you never thought you'd go into. But in the end, guess what? You're going to realize it's exactly where you're supposed to have been all along, and it'll get you to that promised land. And what is that promised land? Self-realization.
Finding yourself.
It's understanding who you are. And so don't be afraid of anger. Don't be afraid of letting go sometimes, right? And just allowing that anger to help push you through.
Yeah, just know where it's coming from, and that it does help rather than hurt in some instances.
Right. Like, let's say you got angry at somebody and it dissolved a relationship, or you left a company, left a job that you should have left years ago anyways. And now you go, God, you beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Now, am I saying go get angry and, no. But what you can do is, if it happens, accept it and move on and go, okay, I needed this anger to get me out of this job. Next time, what I'm going to try and do is not let it get to this point to where I blow up on somebody or the situation, and remove it more calmly. So look at it like a Buddhist philosophy, right? In the detachment of it.
Right.
Try to take your emotional self out of the situation and look at it from a,
more objective perspective.
Yeah, 30,000 foot perspective.
Up in the air. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guarantee if corporations could understand this, they would flourish, but they don't. Most of them have egos running them, and managers who are egos, supervisors who are egos, and they don't understand the greater whole or the greater good to the actual what they're trying to obtain. I call it the Jean-Luc Picard theory of management.
Right.
Because if Jean-Luc Picard says to his crew, fly into the sun, they're going to fly into the sun.
They will do it, and they will not question it.
They will not question it. And why? Because they believe in and buy into Jean-Luc Picard.
Right.
So if you're a manager and you say, well, my people follow me to the gates of hell, not that there is a hell, it's just
an expression.
It's just an example. And the answer is no, then you've not done your job. Because let me tell you something. All the pizza parties, all the raises, all that in the whole world doesn't do anything unless you have the buy-in of the people that you're trying to lead. And that's the same thing in a relationship. That's the same thing with friendships. You could probably count the true friends you have on one hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yes.
And then you look at your life and you go, how many people around me are not really my friends? And how many times have you heard this from so many older people as they get older? You know what? I'm just tired of caving. I'm tired of just going along with the flow.
Right.
I don't want to do this anymore. I'm too old for this.
Right.
Well, guess what? You're never too old, and you were never too young to deal with it to begin with.
Right.
You could have got out of it.
Right.
So allow yourself that anger if it comes up, and just accept it and move on. And then just say, okay, next time I'm going to look at this from a higher perspective, right?
Yes.
And move on.
Yeah. Very good.
Hope that works for you guys. Thanks for listening. Remember, always, always, always treat yourself well. Love yourself for who you are. Have a great rest of your day. Hit that like, share, subscribe. We love to hear from you. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.